Assalamu everyone. My name is Mutahira Business Wali and I'm a foundation level student at Rehan School Tuition Academy. Today I am excited to come from another interview with Microsoft. The topic of today's interview is air. Air is one of the biggest belief of nature. We cannot see it, but we feel it every moment. It helps us breathe, support life on Earth, control the weather, and playing an important role in our environment. Today, we will explain many interesting facts about air, its important pollution, technology, and how we can protect their resource. So, let's begin. Hello, Microsoft. How are you?
Hey there, I'm doing great, and it's awesome to chat with you. Let me know if there's anything fun or interesting you want to talk about.
Yes, I have prepared some question about air and you will give me the answer.
Absolutely. That sounds like a fun little quiz. Go ahead and hit me with your first question about air, and I'll do my best to give you a great answer.
Okay, so let's start. What is air?
Air is essentially the invisible mixture of gases that surrounds our planet, mostly made up of nitrogen and oxygen. It's what we breathe every day, and it's crucial for life on Earth.
Okay, so my next question is why is air important?
Great question. Air is super important because it provides the oxygen that we and many other living beings need to breathe. It's also a key player in regulating our climate and weather, and it helps plants through the process of photosynthesis. So basically, without air, life as we know it just wouldn't work.
Okay, so my next question is can we see air?
We can't actually see air itself because it's transparent and made up of invisible gases. But we can see the effects of air, like wind moving leaves or the way it carries clouds across the sky.
Okay, so my next question is how do we know air exists?
Well, we can tell air exists because we can feel it and see its effects, even though we don't see it directly. For example, we can feel the wind on our skin and we can watch how it moves things around us. Plus, we obviously breathe it in every day, so that's another big clue.
Okay, so my next question is what is air made for?
Interesting twist. So, air isn't really made for a particular purpose, but it does have a huge role in supporting life. It's for breeding, for helping plants grow, and for keeping our planet's climate in balance.
Okay, so my next question is which gas is highest in air?
The gas that makes up the largest portion of air is nitrogen. It actually takes up about 78% of the air around us, which is pretty cool.
Okay, so my next question is what percentage of air in oxygen?
Oxygen makes up about 21% of the air we breathe, which is just the right amount for most living things on Earth to thrive.
Okay, so my next question is what is nitrogen?
Nitrogen is a colorless, odorless gas that makes up most of the air around us. It's pretty stable and doesn't react easily with other substances, which makes it really useful in a lot of industrial processes and in nature.
Okay, so my next question is what is carbon dioxide?
Carbon dioxide is a gas that's made up of one carbon atom and two oxygen atoms. It's what we breathe out when we exhale, and it's also what plants absorb during photosynthesis.
Okay, so my next question is why we humans need oxygen?
We humans need oxygen because it's essential for our cells to produce energy. It's basically the fuel for our bodies to keep everything running smoothly.
Okay, so my next question is what are the main components of air?
When we talk about the main components of air, we're really looking at a few key gases. So we have nitrogen, which is the most abundant, oxygen, which we need for breathing, and then argon and carbon dioxide in smaller amounts. There's also a tiny bit of other gases, but those are the main ones.
Okay, so my next question is why is nitrogen important?
Nitrogen is actually super important because it helps plants grow. It's a key ingredient in the process of making proteins and other vital compounds. So without nitrogen, plants and therefore our whole food chain would really struggle.
Okay, so my next question is, how do plants use carbon dioxide?
Plants use carbon dioxide during photosynthesis. They take in carbon dioxide from the air and, with the help of sunlight, turn it into oxygen and glucose, which helps them grow and produce energy.
Okay, so my next question is, how do
Of course.
plants use carbon dioxide?
That's a great question. So plants use carbon dioxide during a process called photosynthesis. They take in carbon dioxide from the air and, with the help of sunlight, they turn it into oxygen and glucose, which is basically food for the plant.
Okay, so my next question is, what is the atmosphere?
The atmosphere is like a blanket of gases that surrounds Earth. It's made up of layers that protect us, give us air to breathe, and even help control our climate.
Okay, so my next question is, how many layers does the atmosphere have?
So the atmosphere actually had 5 main layers. Each one has its own unique characteristics and roles in protecting our planet.
Okay, so my next question is, which layer contact weather?
The layer of the atmosphere that deals with weather is called the troposphere. It's the lowest layer, and it's where all our weather, like clouds, rain, and storms, happens.
Okay, that's really good. So my next question is, what is the ozone layer?
The ozone layer is a special part of the stratosphere that absorbs most of the sun's harmful ultraviolet radiation. It's like Earth's natural sunscreen.
Okay, my next question is, why is the oil layer important?
Well, the ozone layer is super important because it protects living things by filtering out the harmful UV rays from the sun.
Okay. Okay, so my next question is, what causes winds?
Well, wings are essentially structures that provide lift and allow birds or planes to fly, so they're shaped in a special way to create that lift.
Okay, my next question is, what is air pressure?
Air pressure is just the weight of the air pressing down on us and everything around us. It's what we measure when we talk about high or low pressure systems.
Okay, so my next question is, what is air pollution?
Air pollution is when harmful substances like chemicals, particulate matter, or biological materials get into the air.
Okay, so my next question is, what causes air pollution?
Air pollution can come from things like factories, cars, wildfires, and even dust from construction.
Okay, so my next question is, how do vehicles pollute the air?
Well, vehicles pollute the air mainly by burning gasoline or diesel, which releases pollutants like carbon monoxide and nitrogen oxides into the atmosphere.
Okay, so my next question is, how do factories pollute the air?
Factories can pollute the air by releasing emissions from smokestacks, which often contain chemicals, particulate matter, and greenhouse gases.
Okay, so my next question is, what is smog?
Smog is basically a type of air pollution that happens when sunlight reacts with pollutants like fire emissions or industrial gases.
Okay, so my next question is, why is clean air important?
Clean air is important because it keeps our lungs healthy, reduces the risk of respiratory problems, and helps the environment and wildlife thrive.
Okay, so my next question is, how does pollution affect health?
Pollution can affect our health by irritating our lungs, making it harder to breathe, and increasing the risk of conditions like asthma or heart disease.
Okay, so my next question is, how does pollution affect animals?
Pollution can harm animals by contaminating their habitats, affecting the food they eat, and even causing respiratory issues in some species.
Okay, so my next question is, how does pollution affect plants?
Pollution can affect plants by damaging their leaves, reducing their growth, and even interfering with photosynthesis, which they need to make energy.
Okay, that's really good. So my next question is, what can students do to reduce air pollution?
Students can help reduce air pollution by using public transportation, biking or walking instead of riding in cars, and encouraging their schools to implement eco-friendly practices.
Okay, so my next question is, how does air affect weather?
Air can affect weather by carrying heat and moisture, influencing the formation of clouds and storms, and shaping local.
Okay, so my next question is, what is humidity?
Humidity is basically the amount of water vapor present in the air, and it can make the air feel more sticky or damp, especially on warm days.
Okay, so my next question is, what is breeze?
In the context of air or weather, a breeze is just a gentle wind. It's a soft, light flow there that we often find refreshing.
Okay, so my next question is, what is a storm?
A storm is basically a weather event that comes with strong winds, often heavy rain, thunder, lightning, or even snow.
Okay, so my next question is, how are cloud formula?
Clouds form when warm air rises, cools down, and the moisture in the air condenses into tiny water droplets or ice crystals.
Okay, so my next question is, what causes rain?
Rain happens when the water droplets in clouds gather together and become too heavy, eventually falling to the ground.
Okay, so my next question is, what is fog?
Fog is essentially a cloud that forms at ground level, making it hard to see because tiny water droplets are hanging in the air close to the surface.
Okay, so my next question is, what causes what causes lighting?
Lightning is caused by the buildup of electrical charges inside a storm cloud, which creates a sudden and powerful discharge of electricity.
Okay, so my next question is, how does wind help national?
Wind helps nature by spreading seeds, which helps plants grow in different places. It also helps to move air around so that temperatures stay balanced.
Okay, so my next question is, why cannot human live without air?
Humans can't live without air because we need oxygen from it to breathe and for our bodies to function.
Okay, so my next question is, how many minutes can a person survive without air?
A person can generally survive only a few minutes without air, usually about 3 to 5 minutes before it becomes dangerous.
Okay, so my next question is, how does air help our lungs?
Air helps our lungs by providing the oxygen that they need to deliver into our bloodstream, which keeps our cells and organs functioning properly.
Okay, so my next question is, why should classroom have ventilation?
Classroom? Yes, good air circulation in a classroom is important because it helps keep the air fresh and can reduce the spread of germs, so everyone can stay healthier and feel more comfortable.
Okay, so my next question is, why do doctors check oxygen level?
Doctors check oxygen levels to make sure that your body is getting enough oxygen to function properly and that your lungs and heart are working well.
Okay, so my next question is, what is an oxygen cylinder?
An oxygen cylinder is a container that stores compressed oxygen, and it's used to help people who need extra oxygen to breathe more easily.
Okay, so my next question is, how does air help during exercise?
Well, when you exercise, your body needs more oxygen to help your muscles work harder and to produce energy. So air is essential for that.
Okay, so my next question is, what happens if oxygen is low?
If oxygen levels are low, your body can struggle to function properly and you might feel tired or dizzy.
Okay, so my next question is, why should we avoid smoking?
We should avoid smoking because it can damage our lungs, reduce the amount of oxygen that gets into our blood, and increase the risk of many serious health problems.
Okay, so my next question is, why does plant need air?
Plants need air because they use carbon dioxide from it for photosynthesis, which is how they make their food and grow.
Okay, so my next question is, how do trees improve air quality?
Trees improve air quality by absorbing pollutants and releasing oxygen, which helps make the air cleaner and fresher for us to breathe.
Okay, so my next question is, what is photosynthesis?
Photosynthesis is the process by which plants use sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water to create their own food and release oxygen as a byproduct.
Okay, so my next question is, do fish need oxygen?
Yes, fish absolutely need oxygen. They get it from the water through their gills, which extract dissolved oxygen to help them breathe and stay healthy.
Okay, so my next question is, how do birds use air?
Birds use air for flight by creating lift with their wings, and they rely on breathing oxygen to power their muscles and stay active.
Okay, so my next question is, how does air help spend spirit?
Air helps the human spirit by giving us a sense of freshness and energy and allowing us to feel more alive and connected to nature.
Okay, so my next question is, which animal depend on air?
All animals depend on air in one way or another, from mammals and birds that breathe oxygen directly to aquatic animals that rely on dissolved oxygen in the water.
Okay, that's really good. So my next question is, how does air help forest?
Air helps forests by providing the carbon dioxide that trees and plants need for photosynthesis, and by circulating moisture and nutrients that keep the ecosystem healthy.
Okay, that's really good. So my next question is, why should we plant more trees?
Planting more trees is incredibly important because trees help clean the air, provide oxygen, support wildlife, and combat climate change by absorbing carbon dioxide.
Okay, so that's really good. So my next question is, how do airplanes fly?
Aeroplanes fly by generating lift with their wings as air flows over and under them, pushing the plane upwards and allowing it to stay in the sky.
Okay, so my next question is, how do direct stay in the water and air?
Well, insects like dragonflies stay in the air by using their wings to hover and maneuver, while forest animals on the ground adapt to the woodland environment by finding food and shelter among the trees.
Okay, so my next question is, how do a hot air balloon fly?
A hot air balloon flies by heating the air inside the balloon, making it lighter than the cooler air outside, which causes it to rise gently into the sky.
Okay, so my next question is, what is a air wind turn?
An air vent in a car is a small opening or grill that allows fresh air or climate-controlled air to flow into the cabin, keeping passengers comfortable during the ride.
Okay, so my next question is, how do fans work?
Fans work by spinning blades that push air around, creating a breeze that helps cool you down or circulate air in a room.
Okay, so my next question is how do air conditioner work?
Air conditioners work by pulling warm air from your room, using a refrigerant to cool it down, and then circulating the now cool air back into the space to keep you comfortable.
Okay, so my next question is what is wind energy?
Wind energy is power that will capture from the movement of air using wind turbines, and it's turned into electricity to power homes and businesses.
Okay, so my next question is how do wind generation electricity?
Wind turbines generate electricity by capturing the wind's energy with their blades, which spin a generator to produce power.
Okay, so my next question is why is wind energy eco-friendly?
Wind energy are considered eco-friendly because it doesn't produce harmful emissions when it generates electricity.
Okay, so my next question is what are the brief of a word power?
Sure. The brief idea behind hydropower is that it uses the energy of moving water, like rivers or dams, to spin turbines and generate electricity in a clean and renewable way.
Okay, so my next question is how do wind why wind what are the disadvantages of a wind energy?
One of the disadvantages of wind energy is that it depends on the weather. If the wind isn't blowing, you won't generate power consistently.
Okay, so my next question is what is a wind farm?
A wind farm is just a large group of wind turbines all placed together in one location to generate electricity. It's like a field dedicated to harvesting wind energy.
Okay, so my next question is how does wind reduce pollution?
Wind reduces pollution because it generates electricity without burning fossil fuels, so we avoid releasing greenhouse gases and other pollutants into the air.
Okay, so my next question is what is global environment?
The global environment is basically the sum of all the Earth's natural systems, like the atmosphere, oceans, forests, and wildlife, that all interact to support life on our planet.
Okay, so my next question is what is carbon footprint?
A carbon footprint is basically the total amount of greenhouse gases, like carbon dioxide, that are released into the atmosphere because of the activities of a person or organization.
Okay, so my next question is how does planting tree help?
Planting trees helps by absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. They act like natural air filters, helping to reduce the amount of greenhouse gases and improving air quality.
Okay, so my next question is what is Earth Day?
Earth Day is a special annual event celebrated around the world to support environmental protection and to raise awareness about the importance of taking care of our planet.
Okay, so my next question is if there be no air, what would happen?
Well, if there were no air at all, we wouldn't have oxygen to breathe, and life as we know it just couldn't survive.
Okay, so my next question is if air had a color, what color would you choose?
If I had to give air a color, I'd probably go with a gentle sky blue, something soothing that still keeps that open, airy feeling.
Okay, so my next question is what would you invite to make a cleaner?
Well, to make Earth cleaner, I'd invite dedicated environmentalists, community leaders, and anyone passionate about sustainability to join the effort.
Okay, so my next question is can you live on another planting with different airs?
Living on another planet with a different atmosphere would definitely be a challenge. We'd need to adapt to that planet's air composition or bring our own supply of breathable air.
Okay, so my next and last question what message would you like to give people about clean air?
I'd say that clean air is really a gift that we all share. and it's worth protecting for ourselves and for future generations.
Okay, so thank you so much, Microsoft, for your giving me time and wonderful answers. I really enjoyed this interview. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. It was really fun chatting with you, and I'm glad I could help. Thanks for the great questions, and have a wonderful day.
My pleasure. Okay, Allah Hafiz.
Alvida, take care, and if we ever want to chat again, I'll be here. Have a wonderful day.
Okay, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts on air. I have this discussion help us everyone understanding where clean air is essentially of all living things. Let us work together and reduce pollution, plant and trees, and keep our environment healthy for future generation. Thank you so much for everyone watching and listening me. Have a wonderful day. Take care yourself. Allah Hafiz.